Welcome to the distance learning program on Android by Inabus. Telephony. In this chapter, we will be covering the following topics: accessing telephony information, interacting with the phone, and working with messages. Accessing telephony information. Under this topic, we will see how to retrieve telephony properties and obtaining phone state information. Retrieving telephony properties. The Android telephony package provides required APIs for monitoring the basic phone information. Cell location. This class provides the methods to request location information. Phone number formatting text watcher. This class provides callback methods that notify an application about changes to phone numbers themselves. Phone number utils. This is a utility class that contains methods for processing strings containing phone numbers. Phone state listener. This class contains callback methods that track changes in the state of the mobile network connection, the call, or other telephony objects. Service state. This class contains methods that returns information about the current mobile network service provider and the availability of the service. Telephony manager. This contains methods that provides information about the state of mobile service, the call state, the SIM, the network, the subscriber to the mobile service, voicemail, and other related information. Now we will see a demo of retrieving telephony properties. First, we will create a new Android project and name the project. Select the build target and name the package. Now we'll open the default activity which was created. Now we will edit the layout file of the activity. We will add an ID to the text view which was already present inside the layout. And save the XML file. We'll go back to the activity. We will create a telephony manager object. Inside the onCreate method, we will instantiate the telephony manager object. Now we'll create a text view object and map it to the text view we created in the XML file. We will also create a string which we'll use it to assign it to the text view. We will get the string value from the function get telephony information. Now we will create the function. Inside this function, we will write the necessary code to retrieve the required telephony information. First, we will try to get the call state. Create a call state integer variable and use the telephony manager to get the call state. The function required to get the call state is get call state. This returns an integer. Create a string and name it as call state string and assign it to null as of now. Write a switch case statement and compare it with the call states. The telephony manager class has certain constants for different call states. You can compare it with them to fetch the call state string. Now we have obtained the call state string. We will try to get the GSM cell location. This is obtained by using the get cell location method on the telephony manager object. Make sure that we typecast the returned value. Create a string called cell location string and use the GSM cell location object to get the cell location string. We can also get the device ID and device software information also. And get the line number. You can also get other information like network country, network operator and network operator name. You can also get other SIM information like SIM operator name, the SIM serial number, and the SIM subscriber ID can also be obtained using the corresponding get SIM serial number method and get subscriber ID method. The SIM set can also be fetched using the telephony manager. We will create a switch case statement to find the SIM state string. You can compare it with various SIM state constants like SIM state absent, network locked, pin required, PUK required, ready, and unknown. For time being, we will change the default SIM state string to be other. Now we can create a string builder object. And we will append the values. Now we will return the string value from the string builder which we created now, which will be assigned to the text view. Now before running the application, we will edit the manifest file. We need to add two permissions. One is the permission to read the phone state, and another permission to access course location. This is because we are trying to access the cell location details. Now after adding both the permissions, let's run our application to check whether we have retrieved the telephonic information correctly. Now the telephony demo activity is launched and we get all the information that we requested for. Obtaining phone state information. The various steps in obtaining a phone state information are: obtain a telephony manager instance from context, create a phone state listener, implement the on-call state change method of the phone state listener interface, code your required functionality inside this method to track the phone state change, assign the created listener to the manager. This would give you the required phone state information. Interacting with the phone. Under this topic, we will see the following headings: using intents to make calls, using phone number related utilities, and intercepting outbound calls. Using intents to make calls. Add android.permission.callPhone permission to the android manifest.xml file. This permission allows to place calls directly from the application. Create an intent with intent.actionCall as the argument. Set the date of the intent with the phone number to be dialed. Start a new activity with the created intent as the parameter. Now we will see a demo of using intents to make calls. First, we will create a new Android project and name the project. Select the build target and name the package. Open the default activity which was created. We will now edit the layout of the activity. Remove the text view which was already present inside the layout. Add a new button to the layout and edit its properties. Set the text of the button as call 1234 and save the XML file. Now go to calls demo activity and create a button object. And map it to the button that we created in the XML file. Write a set on click listener function for the button. Now, inside the onClick function, we will write the code necessary to make a call. Create a new intent and set the action as intent dot action underscore call. And set the data as URI dot parse tell and the number. The prefix tell indicates that the URI is of type telephone number. Now start the activity by passing the intent. Before running the application, go to android.manifest file and go to permissions, add a user permission and add call phone permission to the manifest file. Save the manifest file and run the application. The application is launched and I click on the call 1234 button. It launches the call. Let's now see a demo of using phone number related utilities in Android. First, we will create a new Android project and name the project as phone utilities demo. Select the build target and name the package. And press finish. Now we'll open the default activity which was created. We will edit the layout file of the activity. We'll remove the text view which was already present inside the layout. Now we will add a text view inside the layout and edit its properties. We'll set the text as enter text. We will add a input field inside the layout. We will add a button to the layout and two other large text views inside the layout. Now we'll change the properties. We'll change its text of the button as format and save the XML file. Now going back to the activity, we'll create fields for the text view and edit text. We will map the fields to the respective widgets in the XML file. Now we'll create a button object and map it to the button in the XML file. We will write a on-click listener for the button. Now inside the on-click function, we will write the necessary code to format the phone number. We will create a string variable. We will use the phone number utils class and its format number method. We will get the string from the edit text box. And pass it as a parameter. We will convert the string characters in the phone number into its respective digits. Again, we'll use the phone number utils class and its convert keypad letters to digits method, and we'll pass the phone number. Now we'll create a new string builder object. We will append the phone number, then we will also append the following details. We'll check whether the number is global. Similarly, we will also check whether it's an emergency number. For both these functions, we'll call the isGlobalPhoneNumber method and is emergency number method respectively. We can also use the compare parameter. The phone number utils class has a compare method where it accepts two parameters. One would be the phone number, the other would be the number to compare with. Finally, we will set the TextView1 object with the number. Now we'll run the application. The application is launched. I enter 1, 2, 3 and DF in the edit text box and press the format button. The string which I typed in the edit text box is formatted into a phone number and is displayed in the text view. Intercepting outbound calls. Add Android.permission process outgoing calls permission to the Android manifest.xml file. Then create a broadcast receiver and check whether the intent received is intent.action new outgoing call. If the intent matches with the above mentioned intent, then perform the necessary functions inside the onReceive method of this broadcast receiver. Let's now create an application to intercept outbound calls in Android. First, we'll create a new Android project and name the project as Intercept Demo. And select a build target and name the package. Now we will go to the package and create a new class and name it as outgoing call interceptor. We'll make sure that this class extends the broadcast receiver class and press finish. Now inside the onReceive method of this broadcast receiver, we will check whether the intent action is equal to outgoing call intent action. If the intent matches the outgoing call intent, then we will create a new string variable called phone number. We will try to get the phone number from the intent. We will use the extra phone number property. Now we will create a toast and show the user a text when an outgoing call is initiated. And we'll call the show method on the toast. Before running the application, we'll go to Android manifest file and add the broadcast receiver which we created. We will add intent filter to the receiver. We'll check whether the intent is new outgoing call. Then we will also add a permission to process outgoing calls. We'll save the XML file and we'll run the application. The application is launched. I'll go to home and select the dial application, and I will dial 23456 and press call button. The user will get a toast stating that he is dialing 123456. Thus we'll be able to intercept outbound calls. Working with messages. Under this heading, you'll see the following topics: sending SMS messages and receiving SMS messages. Sending SMS messages. These are the following steps that are required to be done to send a text message from an Android device. In the Android manifest.xml file, add permission to send SMS. Create the required UI in a layout XML file. To send an SMS message, SMS Manager class is used. The send text message method is used to send the message. A pending intent is passed as an argument to notify when the message is actually sent. A broadcast receiver needs to be created and registered to receive the pending intent. A toast is created and shown on the onReceive method of the broadcast receiver. Now we will see a demo of sending SMS messages in Android. First, we'll create a new Android project and name the project as Send SMS. We'll select the build target and name the package. Press finish. Now we'll open the default activity which was created. We will edit the layout file of the activity. We'll remove the text view which was already present inside the layout. We will add a text view to the layout and change the text as enter number. We will add edit text to the layout. Then again we will add a text view to the layout and we will change the text as enter message. We will add another edit text to the layout and set the number of lines to be 4. And finally we will add a button to the layout and change the text of the button to send, and we'll save the XML file. Now we'll go back to the activity. Now we'll create fields for the two edit text boxes. We will instantiate these fields and assign it to the edit text we created in the XML file. Now we will create a button object and map it to the button we created in the XML file. We will write a set on click listener function for the button. And inside the on click function we will write the necessary code for sending the message. We'll create a SMS manager object. We will instantiate the SMS manager by calling the get default method. We'll also create a pending indent. And we will call the get broadcast method. This would send a broadcast when the SMS is sent successfully. Now we'll get the destination number from the first edit text box. We will use the phone number utils to format the text. We will use the isWellFormed SMS address method to check whether the entered text is a valid number. Then we will use the SMS manager to send the text. The destination address is the first parameter. The source address is set as null. Text is the string obtained from the message edit box. And the delivery intent is set as null. If required, another pending intent can be created and set as the delivery intent, which will be fired when a delivery message is received. We will set a toast to let the user know that the message has been sent successfully. Now we'll go to the Android manifest file and add a permission to send SMS. We'll save the XML file and we'll run the application. The application is launched. The destination number is entered and the text for the SMS is also entered, and I press on the send button. The user gets a toast that the SMS is sent. Receiving SMS messages. In the Android manifest.xml file, add permission to receive SMS. Create a broadcast receiver and register it with the intent filter Android provider telephony SMS receive to intercept the incoming messages. In the broadcast receiver, override the onReceive method to read the SMS message. Display the read SMS message in a toast. Let's now create a simple application to receive SMS messages. First, we'll create a new Android project and name the project as Receive SMS Demo. We'll select the build target and name the package. We'll open the package and create a new class. We'll name the class as SMS Receiver. We'll make sure that we extend the broadcast receiver class. Inside the onReceive method, we will check the intent action. We will check whether the intent action is equal to the Android SMS receive action. If so, then we'll create a string builder object. We will fetch the bundle from the intent. We'll check whether the bundle is not empty. We will create an object array called pdus and get it from the bundle using the get method and passing the key as pdu. We will have to typecast the return type to object. Now we'll use a for each loop. For every object in the object array, we will create an SMS message object. We'll use the static function create from pdu, which requires a byte array as a parameter. So we'll pass the pdu after typecasting it into byte array. Then we will append the message to the string builder. We'll use the get display message body function. Then finally we will create a toast to show the received message. The second parameter is the message parameter, which we obtained from the string builder. Now, before running the application, go to Android manifest file and add the broadcast receiver which we created. Add intent filter to the receiver also. Change the intent filter action to be android.provider.telephony.sms_received. Go to permissions tab where users permission to receive SMS. Save the XML file and run the application. The application is launched. Open the DDMS console, select the emulator and go to the emulator control tab. Go to telephony actions and enter a number and select SMS and compose the SMS message and press send. In the application, you can see that we get a toast stating that sample SMS message, and this is the notification created by the default messaging application in the Android device. So if required, a similar notification can also be created from our broadcast receiver.